Yeah! Finn Balor is finally here. Finn Balor, after so long, is finally contending for a world championship, as a lot of people on the internet and a lot of people all over the world feel like Finn Balor should have been world champion a long time ago. Now, we don't expect Finn Balor to beat CM Punk in Ireland, but still, it's nice to dream, right? I mean, it's nice to dream. I mean, we also feel like he should have won the world title back at SummerSlam 2023 when he went on to face Seth Rollins, when he was at the peak of being the leader of the Judgment Day after his feud with Edge, aka Adam Copeland, which he should have also won, by the way. But anywho, Finn Balor had a perfect opportunity to become world champion in 2023 after 7 long years, finally getting his revenge on Seth Rollins, who cost him his first and only world championship in WWE, the first inaugural Universal Champion. And then after beating Seth Rollins, he gets injured and has to vacate the title within 24 hours. We're all like, no. And Finn Balor never got another world title again. So fast forward to SummerSlam 2023. Finn Balor is on his redemption tour, his redemption arc, finally getting his revenge versus Seth freaking Rollins. He should have, with the help of Damian Priest, who they should have had a plan. Damian Priest, with the briefcase, gives it to Finn Balor. Finn Balor uses it, hits Seth Rollins over the head with it. Coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, and your new World Heavyweight Champion is Finn Balor. And now Judgment Day can really say they own and control Monday Night Raw. We run Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor, your World Heavyweight Champion. Rhea Ripley, your Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest, your Money in the Bank winner. And Dirty Dom, just still being dirty. Look how much that would have made sense. Finn can then go on to face Kevin Owens. And instead of doing the whole trade thing with Jay and Kevin Owens, with Cody being the conductor of that, do a loser leaves town match to where Judgment Day is the guys that break up Sammy and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has to go over to SmackDown. Like, think of how much heat Judgment Day would have had, and they can truly show how much power they have. And you make sense of the whole team up that Rhea briefly was doing with Paul Heyman as well, truly showing the masterminds they are. So Sammy, of course, wants to get his revenge. He faces Sami Zayn at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, only to defeat Sami Zayn, who still has not become world champion, and he is on a mission to finally be world champion. At the start of the year, he lost to Roman Reigns in Canada, and now at the end of the year, he loses to Finn Balor in Saudi Arabia, and Sami Zayn is reaching his breaking point. Then at the start of the year of 2024, we do Finn versus Jey Uso in Cali. Jey, who was really building momentum after just losing his IC championship, now wants the world title. But of course, Jimmy cost him the title again, continuing that feud. So then at the Royal Rumble, we have Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio, where he defeats Rey Mysterio with the help of Dirty Dom, continuing that feud between Dirty Dom and Rey Mysterio going into WrestleMania 40. And speaking of WrestleMania 40, this is where we get Finn Balor facing the winner of the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, who says, I will win this world title or I will never wrestle again, something like that. Meanwhile, Finn is like, you're not going to be facing anybody. You're going to be facing the Demon Finn Balor. So it's Demon Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. How in the hell is Sami Zayn going to beat the Demon? And then he does. And Sami becomes the World Heavyweight Champion in Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40. Everybody's going crazy. And now Sami can finally say he's world champion. Instead of him going after the IC title, which is already won multiple times over, you give that moment to Chad Gable and have Chad Gable be the guy that defeats Gunther at WrestleMania, while Sami Zayn wins the world title at WrestleMania. And Drew, he'll be fine. You can find something else for him to do. It's all right. This isn't even the time I actually feel like Finn Balor really should have become world champion. Instead of starting it off at SummerSlam 2023, we start off at SummerSlam 2019. In the main event of SummerSlam 2019 in Canada, Toronto, we have Seth freaking Rollins, a Universal Champion, versus Kevin Owens. Instead of doing Brock and Seth again, which nobody was asking for, have Brock face Kofi Kingston, legitimize Kofi Kingston's title reign by having him lose to Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam. Meanwhile, you do Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens, who hasn't been world champion since being the guy to take the world title that Finn Balor vacated. And so now Finn Balor, after just facing The Fiend and losing to The Fiend, is now a broken man, but feels like he has seen the light. And now Finn Balor cashes in on Seth Rollins, pins Seth Rollins to become the new Universal Champion. So now he kind of gets his revenge on both guys. The guy that made him vacate the title and the guy that took the title from him when it should have been him all along back in 2016. But we don't ever get Demon Finn Balor again. No, we're dealing with Prince Devitt, baby. We're dealing with the Prince Finn Balor, the same Finn Balor we got on NXT back in 2019. This is the Finn Balor we get: vengeful, angry, not giving a fuck Finn Balor. Eventually, Seth and Finn have their rematch in Hell in a Cell, where Finn Balor defeats Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell, and they have one final match in Crown Jewel, Falls Count Anywhere, where Finn Balor leaps off of something to defeat Seth Rollins, eventually causing Seth Rollins' heel turn. But Finn Balor is still your reigning, defending Universal Champion on Raw. Next, we get to Survivor Series, where he'll face a grizzled old veteran in Randall Keith Orton, Mr. RKO, Randy, who is a babyface that's looking to become world champion again. I believe 14-time world champion. Randy, who at one point at Survivor Series used to be the lone survivor, but now just wants to survive against these new era guys who are hungry, who are determined, who are focused. Randy Orton gives it his all, but it doesn't matter because Finn Balor is on a mission. When Balor is on a mission, Prince Devitt is on a mission and defeats Randy Orton at Survivor Series to retain the Universal Championship, which leads to Starrcade, where in Georgia, Finn Balor faces the leader of the OC in AJ Styles. However, the OC turn on AJ Styles to join Finn Balor, and it is Finn Balor who retains the Universal Championship, setting up a rematch at TLC. Tables, ladders, and chairs, oh my. AJ is heartbroken. He can't believe that the Good Brothers would turn on him, but AJ says it doesn't matter. He will become world champion again and defeat Finn Balor. But Finn says, AJ, you have never beaten me and you never will, and it comes true. Just like at TLC 2017, TLC 2019, Finn Balor defeats AJ Styles, but this time in a TLC match to remain your reigning, defending Universal Champion going into the new year of 2020. Which is ironic because the same guy that faced AJ Styles throughout the year of 2019 will now face Finn Balor for the Universal Championship, and that is none other than Ricochet, who has been on a tear. He's been lighting the world on fire, showing us moves on Raw that we've never seen before. Have his superhero outfit on with the full bodysuit, and now he wants to become world champion. Nothing is impossible with Ricochet as he faces Finn Balor at the Royal Rumble, but in losing effort because Finn Balor defeats Ricochet to retain the Universal Champion, as the moral of the story was that Finn Balor was going to do whatever it took to retain the championship and win the match, rake eyes, low blows, interference to retain his Universal Championship, leading to the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, which Finn Balor will face The Undertaker. You know it's prerequisite. Anytime in Saudi Arabia during this time, The Undertaker has to be present or have a match. So put him in an actual match. Instead of having him squash AJ Styles, face Finn Balor at Super Showdown. And surprisingly, with the help of AJ Styles, Finn Balor defeats The Undertaker as AJ wants his WrestleMania match with The Undertaker, surprisingly turning on the same guy that turned on him not too long ago, because we're showing how Finn Balor has a negative effect on people that he faces. So who does Finn Balor face at WrestleMania after defeating all these guys in the story that we're telling? Well, of course he faces none other than the ultimate good guy, the ultimate babyface, the guy that never wavers and is never shaken. I think you can figure that out. Mr. You Can't See Me, John Cena. And I know some of y'all might be like, oh, but what about the Fiend match and the Fire Funhouse match at WrestleMania? I know. We're going to lose on that. And part of me wants to not get rid of that. But I feel like in a world with Finn Balor becoming world champion, you're going to lose something. Plus, I think the story should have been Daniel Bryan winning the Rumble, turns babyface and faces The Fiend for the World Championship at WrestleMania. That should have been the story. And you can maybe still do the Fire Funhouse, even though that whole match was based around John Cena's idea. You maybe could still do something there. I think Daniel Bryan and The Fiend, no matter what, could have a great match. We saw that in late 2019 and 2020. So we know they can have a great match no matter what the scenario is. But I think instead of having Daniel Bryan and The Fiend face each other prior to that, we should have been setting up Fiend versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Going into WrestleMania 36, supposed to be in Tampa Bay, Florida, winds up being in front of nobody. Still's in Florida though. But Finn Balor tells John Cena, your time is up, my time is now, and my time is forever, because I am forever. I am Finn Balor. Leading up to Finn Balor, John Cena, WrestleMania 36 in the main event, night 2. And I know some of you are like, well, what about Drew? What about Drew? Drew still does what he does versus Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble, but instead of it being for the Universal Championship, it's just a one-on-one match between Drew. Hell, if you want to put a title on it, put the U.S. Championship on the line. Have Drew win the U.S. Championship. Have Brock go after the U.S. title, making that title feel more important. Shit. Have Brock face Drew at Super Showdown and have him like squash him or something like that at Super Showdown for the U.S. Championship. And Drew wants to get his revenge at WrestleMania. And again, make that title feel important, the U.S. Championship on Raw. Meanwhile, we have Finn Balor versus John Cena in the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, as I stated before. And Finn Balor defeats John Cena, because of course there's no way you're going to have John Cena win number 17 in an empty arena anyway. And also, he was already a part-timer, so there's no way he was going to win the match regardless. But legitimize, again, Finn Balor's world title reign by defeating the ultimate face of the WWE at one point in time, the ultimate guy in John Cena. So now the question is, who the hell can defeat Finn Balor? Who the hell can take that title from Finn Balor? Where Finn has his next challenger, the guy that never got his proper title match at SummerSlam, and that is none other than Kevin Owens. So at WrestleMania Backlash, it is Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. Finn is like, there is no chance that Kevin Owens can defeat me. But Kevin's like, look, I don't give a damn if you're the demon, you're not a demon. I don't give a damn about none of that. All I care about is feeding my family. All I care about is that world title making me whole again. Everything I do in this ring is for my family so that they can eat. That Universal Championship guarantees, especially during these hard times, that my family will continue to eat. You are between my family having another meal or not. I have to defeat you. By the way, since we're on the subject of me and you, I don't apologize for becoming Universal Champion back in 2016 at all. But I wish I could have faced you back during those times so I can beat you for that Universal Championship. Meanwhile, Finn Balor's like, you'll never defeat me, you'll never beat me, you are nothing like me, you'll never be nothing like me, you don't look like me, talk like me, wrestle like me, you can never be me, and you will never be Universal Champion again. So at WrestleMania Backlash, in the main event, it is Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens defeats Finn Balor to become the new Universal Champion, and now will be the guy to lead the WWE and lead Raw during the pandemic era. Well, that's until the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns comes back anyway. And that's the times that Finn Balor should have become World Champion. But let me know what times you feel like Finn Balor should become World Champion. Do you feel like Finn Balor will ever become World Champion again? Me personally, I just can't see it. I don't know. Maybe if people get injured or something like that, maybe they'll put a title on him, but I just don't see it. I hope it happens one day again, but who knows? But like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. Welcome to the Hive, bitch. This is Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.